Hello guys, welcome back to another Joe Weather video here. Today I'll be taking a look at Tropical Storm Henri as it starts to affect the Northeast with widespread rainfall, and a few areas are starting to get tropical storm force winds even though it is a very small area. This is an infrared satellite where the high tops of clouds are. You can see it's back towards upstate New York and even into central and southern New Jersey. This is where the heaviest rain is right now. The higher the tops, the more I could say heavier the precip could be. And as you scroll down to here by the National Weather Service, this is just produced at 5 p.m. This, like I was saying before, this yellow part right here is tropical storm force winds. And as it makes its way on land, that starts to shrink rather quickly. And this is a 5 p.m. update. It's 7:30 right now, so I'm sure by the time it makes the 8 p.m. advisory, it will drop down to a tropical depression. Right now it's at 40 miles per hour, and that's just the bare minimum for a tropical storm strength. As you can see here, this is 5 p.m. Sunday, and only by 2 p.m. Monday, it only just makes it back into Massachusetts after caroling back into New York for a little bit. And then by 2 a.m. Tuesday, it is still here by New Hampshire. And then finally, by 2 p.m. Tuesday, it's off the coast of Maine. This storm is going to produce a lot of rainfall for upstate New York, eastern parts of PA, northern parts of New Jersey, and Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. New York City last night, some pockets got up to 5-6 inches. New Jersey, I saw a total that had 9 inches already, and it's still raining. This storm was mostly about the rain and not the winds because of where it made rainfall. Rhode Island and Block Island got some heavy winds, but it wasn't really too bad because it could have been a lot worse. It could have been 90-mile-per-hour gusts, like some models are saying, but thankfully it made landfall as a much weaker system at 60 miles per hour. If you take a look here, these are watches and warnings put up by the National Weather Service. Anywhere in this green is flash flood watches and advisories. The advisories are the lighter green, and the darker green is watches. But if you take a look into New Jersey, New York, and even into some parts of Connecticut, it looks like you are in a flash flood warning. I'll look in the map, the preset map in a little bit, but this is the local radar. If we pull this up real quick, you can see once this eventually loads in, if I do this correctly, you can see it is all in northern New Jersey, western Pennsylvania. This is where the bulk of the rain is right now. In these darker colors of yellows and reds, this is where the heaviest rain is. And it's just been sitting there for hours at this point. Last night, in central and southern New Jersey, we had both a couple rain showers come in, but as it came closer to the coast, it started intensifying due to that trough that was up back by Maryland. It was driving it into the coast, even brought some into Long Island. And New York and New Jersey had to get one of the worst flash flood warnings I had to ever seen. New York City, in a span of 30 minutes to an hour, got 6 inches of rain in some pockets. It was all flooded out. And central New Jersey, some pockets are sitting at 9 inches total. And that was hours ago. And now it's 7:30. Now this storm was all about the rain. Thankfully, this storm moved offshore of Long Island. Even though it did bring some heavy rain, it caused heavy wind to Rhode Island and Block Island. It caused the storm to be less strong because it went over cooler water for a lot longer than it could have. Like, let's say if it went through Long Island, it could have still been a 70-mile-an-hour storm, but since it went over here, it had less time to, more time to weaken, I should say. If we go over to Long Island's radar, it's pretty much the same. You can see the heaviest rain is, in fact, over by New Jersey. And if we go onto the Wonder Map, if you want to take a look at all across the area, you can see once again the heaviest rain is in northern New Jersey, northeastern parts of Pennsylvania. There is some bands just west of Albany that is circling around a low pressure, which is around here almost, which it could be. Right now, it is right here. Notice how the storm is a lot more lopsided. This whole area, even though you are right next to the low pressure system, you don't have any rain on top of you. And notice how you are hundreds of miles away in PA and you're getting the worst part of the storm. Like I said before, this storm is rather weak. It is at, let me, if I can click this, I'm not too sure if it will let me. It is at tropical storm strength, but it won't let me for some reason. But when it made landfall, the storm was at 60-mile-an-hour storm winds. This could have been a lot worse, taking in that it was, in fact, a 75-mile-per-hour storm not too long ago this morning. Let me take this off the screen. Then it weakened to 70-mile-an-hour storm, 65, 60, and then now 60 on landfall, now 50. There we go. It is at 40-mile-per-hour winds, gust up to 60. So yes, you're still getting gusty winds, but it could have been a lot worse. Once again, the heaviest rain is in Sparta Township. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. Not good with pronouncing town names. Also in West Milford, you're getting a heavy band coming in. And if you take a little bit closer into Delaware, New Jersey, or PA, I'm sorry if I'm getting that incorrect, a heavy band's coming into there. Montage, New Jersey, you're in the middle of a heavy band, and Blooming Grove, you are also in a pretty heavy band. Now, I'm not too sure if I could do this, but I'm looking to see if I can find some. Now, I guess I can't find the total preset map, but I'll look for a map for you guys in a moment. But once again, you still have some heavy bands west of the system. You have showers east of the system. East of the system is getting the wind, even though it's not really that strong. And the west of the system is getting the bulk of the rain. Alright, I have found a precipitation map. This is the last 72 hours. So it could be mixed in with a little bit of some thunderstorms that have popped up in some areas, but you get the general idea. The heaviest of the rain so far has been in western Long Island, since it was west of the track, and even into New Jersey, which you can see you have the lighter blues, which is the heaviest, which is around 10 inches. But if you zoom in here a little bit into New York, you do see you got some 6-8 inches amounts. As you look in the top right here, this is where you have your precip map. Around Hicksville, Levittown, you can get around 3.5, 4 inches, it looks like, if not a little bit more. What does this do? If I click on it, it could, oh, it gives the exact total, that's good. So, just northeast of Trenton, you got a 9-inch mark, 9.54, and offshore of New Jersey, which could have been almost a foot of rain. Think, 1 inch of rain is equivalent to about 12 inches of snow. That could have been catastrophic snow amounts right there. And if you go to the east end where it was just off the track of the storm, it didn't even get up to an inch. This storm was very weird in some areas. And if you take a look at just south of New York, you got a 6-inch amount. Near Levittown, you got 4.25. West Babylon, just north of that, you had a 3.9-inch mark. And into White Plains, you had a 3.64, and it's still raining. And I am not going to pronounce that, Parsippany Town, you're at 3.9, and if you go back to the Wonder Map here, you are still raining in this area. So, the general idea is that the storm could have been a bust with wind-wise, but definitely not with rain-wise. People have been saying the storm was a bust, it didn't do anything to the whole Northeast. That's where they are wrong. They didn't get into this rain. You could have been out on eastern Long Island. You did get a little bit of rain, but it was mostly a wind event. But it does look like that the general idea was a storm all along was heavy rain. Winds could be a little bit of a threat, but it really wasn't in this storm. And last time, I'm going to go around just before the end of the video. Philadelphia got 1.49 inches. Montgomery got 2.17. Just south of Hunterdon. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. 3.07. And Passaic, 3.81. Now, where it is still raining in Connecticut, this area did get also hit pretty hard, just offshore and on the border of Connecticut and Rhode Island, got 3.18. Providence got not even an inch of rain there. Just west of Talllands got 3.26. And just south of Albany got 1.44. And if you go down the road of Albany as you make your way towards the south, 2.24. So once again, the general idea of this storm was to be a more rain event, but some people are calling it a bust. It really wasn't. It could have been a bust if this rain did not happen, but it still did happen. I hope you all stayed safe during this hurricane, tropical storm Henri, and I hope you all do enjoy this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate watching this video if you're still watching. Have a good day and stay safe.